What's happening, HC Nation and HC Ambassadors? We have another Ambassador Wednesday, right? If you remember from last week, if you haven't seen last week, you need to go back and see it because it talks about what the Ambassador Program is. It's a way of having fun, having tournaments, bringing people of like-mindedness together, and you can earn a good amount of money off of it on the side. And you don't have to be a great salesperson. We did this for the stay-at-home mom and dad. We did this for the youth entrepreneur. And most youth entrepreneurs don't really know how to sell things. They just have fun and want to find new things to do. This is a great way of earning that extra money. And also we did this for the involved parent, the person that wants to be involved, but they're constantly working. This is a side job if you want it. This is a great way of earning extra money. And it's also a way to keep your kids involved while you're doing this work. You don't have to go to a separate job where you don't get to see your kids for another 5 to 10 hours. This, you get to host a hour-long tournament, or maybe hour-and-a-half long tournament, and your kids are playing in that tournament. They're spending time playing right there. So today I'm going to talk to you about tournaments. Now, the main part of the Ambassador Program is hosting tournaments all throughout the United States. Right now we have about between 70 and 80 ambassadors that host tournaments around the US. Now, there are also other people that are hosting these games, and we have no clue about them. But all they have to do is sign up on our website, contact us, Historical Conquest at gmail.com. We can actually send them rare cards. Every time they meet together, they can pass out rare cards. Well, I should say once a month, because we only give enough so each player can have one rare card per month. If you want to host 2 or 3 tournaments, go right ahead. Great, that's even better. But they can only claim 1 rare card per month. Okay, so in these tournaments, and then also in these tournaments, you're able to win prizes. And if we don't know about you, we don't know who won, we don't know how to send the prizes to you. But if we do know, we'll send prizes to you. And you can give them out at the next tournament to the people that won from the month before. It's a great incentive for those people to come back another time because they want to be able to claim their prize. Now, a lot of people have questions about how to host tournaments, where to host them, when to host them, how long they take. I'm going to answer all these questions. So first, let's start off with location. Any public area. So you could do it at a library. A lot of them are held at libraries. We have people hosting them at churches, co-ops, so homeschool co-ops. We have them at schools. We have them at community centers, or even like a neighborhood clubhouse. We have them everywhere because these are just normal people that don't have much time to look around and find new places to host these tournaments. We want to make it as easy as possible. Now, we also ask people, this is a question that's asked quite often, can we host it in our house? We do not recommend that. We will not stop you, but we do not recommend it for many reasons. But one, if something happens inside your house, you're liable for that. We don't want you to be liable for accidents or things being stolen or hard feelings. We want to keep your personal life and your ambassador life separate. So, also, all these other places are made to bring you in and be able to host these tournaments, these games. So, public areas. The number one place, though, if you really want to earn a commission, if you want to make this as effective as possible, is actually going to be game stores. Game stores or bookstores, anywhere that has tables where people can play the game. Usually game stores. Now, there's a question that comes up by a lot of game stores. Well, my people like fictional. They don't really want to learn history. Well, this is the great thing about retail stores. You're not asking them for their clients to play the game. Though it'd be great, and you're going to open it up to them, possibly. But you're going to bring in homeschoolers. You're going to bring in a whole new set of clients for them, new customers for them, that they've never tapped into. You're going to bring all these new people in who might just buy more product for them. Game stores often sell refreshments. They sell other games. They sell card sleeves. You can buy them online or you can buy them from the store. You're going to want to buy them from the store. You're going to want to send people to buy from the store. And I mentioned this last time, but you actually get commission if you get that store interested in buying the game, and they actually go through the process of buying inventory. You get commission off that. So everyone that plays at the tournaments, you want to say, no, go buy your new deck from them, because you're going to constantly get more revenue off that. And the more people, so say you might get a little less commission if you give them a discount code or such. Retail stores only give you about 10% commission, but it's not 10% commission off that one buy. It's 10% commission off of every purchase that they make. And there are hundreds of people that come through their store. So the more people you send to buy their inventory, the more they're going to have to buy from us the inventory. Everybody wins, right? So we want to host tournaments as much as possible at these retail stores that you're hosting, or even pushing people to go buy there, instead of having the overhead, the inventory that you'd have by buying your own product or even taking orders. Another thing is people are asking, when do I want to host them? Well, when is a very fluid question. It depends on two things. One, it depends on how much free time you have and when that is. And then the other one is, what's your target market? Are you going for homeschoolers? Then you can basically do it anytime, even during school hours, whenever that store is open, or the church is open, or co-op, or wherever you host them. You can host your tournaments at that point. And it's probably better to have it during school hours, because if those people that are going to play have friends that are outside homeschoolers, like public school attendees, they're going to want to play with their friends after school. They might not attend these. But say you're going to a co-op. Some of our most successful tournaments are actually at co-ops. I have one. Kay is our ambassador coordinator for west of the Mississippi. She's been doing this for probably about 2 years now. And she has about 40 students in her co-op that all pay to take her class. They play Historical Conquest. They have the rare card program, which we'll actually talk to you about how to make money off of that in the follow-up video. But she provides all these things. And you know what? She's not interested in making money. She wants to bring these people in. She wants to educate these kids. That's her main goal. But because she's able to do this, she's actually able to give the people that play at the co-op a discount. And if a ambassador decides, no, I want to be able to keep that commission because I need to pay my expenses, go for it. No one is going to blame you for trying to make back some of the money that you're spending to get these tournaments going. And they'll full-heartedly buy them from you because they want to support you at supporting their kids. Again, another win-win situation for everyone. So when to host them? If your target market is homeschooling, then you're probably going to want to do it during school hours, public school hours. Now, what if you're going for the gamers at the retail stores? It's most likely going to be in the afternoon, late afternoon, or even evenings. You're going to want to host tournaments when they're there. And a lot of people, they've never seen this game before. And probably because it says history or historical, a lot of them have said, no way, don't want to touch it. I want fictional. Because, to tell you the truth, life is hard. And a lot of students have a hard time, especially after public schools. Their brains just drain. They don't want more education. But you sit them down for 3 rounds, and they're stuck. Because it has the gameplay of Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic, and the game of Risk. Most of those games the gamers are already played or are still playing. Especially Magic. I used to be a Magic player. I know exactly what they're thinking because I used to do that. And the great thing is, there's a lot of incentive for Magic players playing this game, especially with gameplay and strategy. Okay, so if you're trying to attract gamers, then it's going to be late afternoon or evenings. So the when is very fluid. It depends on when you're available and also when your customers are going to be available, your players, the people you want to invite to this. So, so that's the location, that's the when. How about how long? Ooh, yeah, we don't want to go forever. We don't want to play a world domination game and go for 4 hours at a game shop. Yeah, it might be fun, but I got other things to do. And I don't want to really become an ambassador if it's going to take me 4 hours. Well, what if I told you and I showed you how to make it so it was about 1 hour to maybe an hour and a half? That's right. That's as long as the tournaments have to take. Now, when you're first teaching them how to play, it might take you a little bit longer. It might take that hour and a half to 2 hours. But as soon as everyone learns how to play, or at least the base player gets to learn how to play, that's when it'll take you about an hour to an hour and a half. And this is how you do it. At a tournament, and in a follow-up video, I'll actually show you how to host a tournament itself. I'll actually be hosting one here in Kansas City, and people in Kansas City will be able to attend, and we'll be able to show you how to host a tournament, what kind of involvement you need to have, what kind of knowledge you need to have on the game. And most of the time, we actually have ambassadors who are adults who use their kids or other kids to be the judge. They can play, but then they can be the judge, and there'll be like a judge in case they get into arguments over rules or confrontation of any type. Then we have a secondary judge to judge that one judge. Slap his hand, if needed. And so we're going to teach you how to host the tournament in a follow-up video. But how long, the way you make it an hour long is you start at a certain time. You tell them, we're going to start at this time. We're going to start at 1 o'clock. If you're not here, you're still invited, but we're going to have to put you on another table because they still get the same amount of time as everybody else. And we don't want to bring them into games that are already active. So each game, each tournament, each session is only a half hour long, or maybe even like 25 minutes. So you have 5 minutes to introduce everything in the morning, or in the beginning. So about 1 o'clock to 1:05, you're bringing everyone in, you're giving instructions. Here's the rare cards. At 1:05, you start. 1:25, you end that tournament. Now, most people are going to say, well, no one's going to get to a 3,000 morale, and no one's going to dominate the world by that time. You're probably right. It's very rare that a person's going to make it in less time than that, especially if there's 3 or 4 players. But if you play on tournament rules, which is basically each player or each game is 25 minutes. At 25 minutes, you end. Then you count up the amount of lands. Say you have 4 lands. You have 4 lands from 4 different continents. Times that by 300. So 4 times 300 is 1,200 points. Then you add that to your morale points. Whoever has the highest points of morale from earning the morale during the game, and then land morale, the morale that comes from 300 points for every land, add those together. So like say it was 2,800 points. Whoever has the highest points wins that table. So there you go. That's the way you keep it at half hour. Because at 1:30, everything stops. That one game's done. Then you take the winners of the 2 to 3 tables that you have, and you place them all at one table. Everyone else you divvy up between other tables. And this is a single elimination game because you don't have the time. A lot of parents don't have the time. You might want to do like 3 or 4, and then you can do a double elimination. And I'll teach you that in a follow-up video, but right now I'm going to teach you about single elimination. You take the winners from all those tables, you place them at one. The winner of that is the ultimate tournament champion. So there you go. Now, the great thing about this is they'll get a prize. You don't get the prize until after you report it to us. Then we send you the prize for them. I mean, sometimes it's certificates with their names on it. That's why we can't give them to you until afterwards. And sometimes we have to find out how many tournaments actually happened, how many tournaments got one winner. If there's 2, we might have to make some sort of tiebreaker or double prize. It's something different than the regular prize. So we always work in these different things, but we don't send you the prize until after the win has happened. But here's the thing. Everyone that plays at our tournaments wins. There is no winner, and we're not talking about participation points. Well, okay, somewhat we are, but we're not talking about participation points. We don't believe in everyone's a winner. I mean, it's good to lose. It's good to find your weakness and make it better. And if I give you a prize for every person, no one's going to learn this. So instead, what you do is you get the rare card. Everyone got a rare card. But also you take their scores. You give us the who won and who attended. Every time they attend a tournament, they get 100 points on the national bracketing system. Another thing I'll show you in a follow-up video. They see it on the national bracketing system, and they're able to compete against other players as they try to become the number 1 tournament champion, the number 1 national bracket system champion. So they're going to be competing against hundreds of other players. So you tell us they get 100 points for just attending. They also get 100 points for every time they win. So you have attending the tournament, winner of the first match goes into the second round as the winner, wins a second time, there you go. He just got 300 points. 100, 100, 100, 300 points. The national bracketing system, you have up to 400 points per tournament, per month. Now there's another way of winning as well. So say you didn't win your first round. So you're not going to win the prize, but by winning the second round, you also get 100 points towards the national bracketing system. So there's two different ways of getting that extra 100 points. And so people will stick around. People also come to the next tournaments because they want the prize that they won. Now there's other incentives. Okay, so some people, it doesn't happen much because most people are just want to get kids together. But some people actually make you pay an entrance fee. It's like $3 to $5. So it's really not much. But what they want to do, it's not that they really want to charge you money. Instead, what they want to do is they want to bring more people in. And I'll teach you how to do this. So I'll talk more about it in a follow-up. I'm going to teach you right now a really fast way of bringing more people into your tournaments. And this is, you give a entry fee. $3, $5, whatever you want to do. $1. Give you $1. But that's not going to be as painful as $5. The reason why, I don't want to say it that way, that sounds really bad. But the reason why you have that entry fee is because there's another way that you don't have to pay the entry fee. And that's for bringing a friend. Every time you bring a new friend, can't be someone from the past, bring a new friend, you don't have to pay the entrance fee. So you get to save that $3 or $5 flat out. You get to bring a friend and you get in for free. And that friend gets in for free as well because it's their first time. All first time attendees get in for free. So this is a great way of bringing more people in. And you can tell everyone there's a flat fee for entry, but we really don't want to charge you. So just bring a friend and we're all good. But the $5 or the $3 helps to recoup the price of everything that's spent, all the time, and if there's any money spent on hosting tournaments. But here's the thing, there is no money that you have to spend on hosting a tournament, minus buying enough decks so that at least everyone can play the game. Because some people are going to come without a deck of cards. You can also put in your email as you send it out that you want to be able to have everyone play, but you don't have enough decks. So if they have their own decks, bring them. And there you go. There's one more thing that I wanted to talk to you about, and that is how to get people to come to your tournaments. So if you have a retail store and you're going to use their clients, there you go. They'll promote it. You can send it out to your friends and family, maybe your co-ops. But there's another thing. So we have a list of everyone that's purchased Historical Conquest in most areas. We can actually give you access to those few emails. So 3 or 4 emails, 10 or 20 emails. We have to be careful on this because we don't want to just pass out the emails. So you might actually have to host tournaments before we give you this list of people. Or the other way of doing it is you ask us to, you create the email and we'll send it out to all those people. So it'll come from our email address, but it'll be sent out to all the people that we have contacts with. And that way we're not sharing contacts to third parties, which is what we always promise. We'll never do this. But as an ambassador, you actually work with us. You represent our company to some extent by hosting these tournaments. So I don't feel there's a conflict of interest right there. Though if there is and you're watching this video, please tell us. We will not share your information. We keep everything private, and all they're going to get is the email address. So thanks so much for joining me on this explanation of ambassadors and how to host tournaments. This again went over the location, where to host the tournaments, the when to host tournaments, what it was, how to do it a little bit. We're going to do more on this later on, and how to make the biggest bang for your buck and your time, and how to make some money off of it. So again, thanks for joining me on this Ambassador Wednesday. We'll catch you next time. We have a great video on how to make commissions, and it goes through all the different commissions, everywhere from 10% to 45%. And we have 2 new systems coming up that we're going to be talking about in follow-up videos. So stay tuned to that. Come back and join us. Hopefully you enjoy this. We'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye.